would you agree to sign paperwork to say they're autistic if we kick back to you some of the money? Do you think those families should be prosecuted?
Same answer.
Okay. And you don't think their ethnicity should matter?
Not a bit.
Senator John Kennedy just caught a Medicaid fraud ring faking autism diagnoses for kickback cash. And it gets worse from there. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to hear exactly who's sitting on 300,000 immigration applications and doing nothing about it. Hit subscribe before we get into it.
Some people in your beautiful state went to your state Medicaid department and said, we want some taxpayer money, some being state taxpayer money, some being federal taxpayer money, to feed the poor. And these entities that did that got the money, and then they stole it. But to help cover their tracks, well, before I go there, do you think those people should be prosecuted?
I think if there is reason to pursue prosecution, of course they should be prosecuted.
Okay. Do you think their ethnicity should matter?
The ethnicity of these people should not matter.
Okay.
Not a bit.
Now, some of these thieves also went to some restaurants and said, I need a fictitious invoice that you fed 100 people. You're not going to feed 100 people. You're just going to help me steal the money, and I'll kick back some of the money to you. Do you think those restaurant thieves should be prosecuted?
I think if they have committed crimes, they should be prosecuted.
Regardless of their ethnicity?
Regardless of their ethnicity.
Okay. You had some other people in Minnesota who had a different scam. They went to the Medicaid department and said, I need state taxpayer money and federal taxpayer money to provide services to autistic children. And they got the money. And then to maximize the fruits of their theft, they went to well, first, do you think those people
Same answer to the question.
Okay. Now, in order to generate more money they could steal, they went to some families and said, do you have children? And some of the families said, yeah, we have kids. And they said, the thieves said, are your children autistic? And they said, well, no. And the thieves said, well, would you agree to sign paperwork to say they're autistic if we kick back to you some of the money? Do you think those families should be prosecuted?
Same answer.
Okay. And you don't think their ethnicity should matter?
Not a bit.
Okay. Mr. Beyer, am I saying your name right?
It's Mr. Beer.
Mr. Beer. I like beer better.
Most people do.
Tell me that, I think I heard you say that some people, some folks who've come to our country and are trying to get status to stay, have applied to the Department of Health of DHS, and they've paid money, and DHS is doing nothing?
Oh, that's right. Yep, they're sitting on their applications, not processing them.
That's a pretty bold statement. How many people, I'm not saying you're wrong, I don't know. How many people we're talking about?
About half of the immigrant flow right now.
So
90 countries are affected by the State Department ban.
How many people is that?
Well, it's at least 300,000 abroad and probably twice that when you consider the people already in the U.S.
So you're saying that 300,000 folks have gone to DHS to seek some kind of permanent status or semi-permanent status to stay, at least 300,000, and they paid money to DHS, and DHS has done nothing. Is that what
That's right. Yeah, they're sitting on their applications.
Well, who at DHS is
putting
doing
them in the
this?
trash?
Who at DHS is doing this?
Oh, it's Joseph Edlow. He's
Who
in
is
charge of it.
Edlow?
He came up with this policy to just.
Who is he?
He's the head of USCIS. Joseph Edlow is the head of USCIS. He came up with this
He's
policy
the DHS?
where he is just
Who does he report to?
Secretary Noem, of course.
Okay. Does Secretary Noem know whether this?
I don't know what Secretary Noem knows, but she's aware of the general tenor of this administration.
What's his name?
Joseph Edlow.
Mr. Edlow. Who's his boss?
Secretary Noem.
Oh, okay. And you can document all this?
Oh, absolutely. They put out a memorandum saying we're not processing these people, and Secretary Rubio's involved as well when it comes to the State Department.
Would you send me that memo, please?
I will absolutely send that to you.
I went way over. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, John.
I appreciate that.
All right, citizens, let me break this down. Here's what happened. People in Minnesota scammed the state and federal government 3 different ways. Fake food programs, fake restaurant invoices, and the worst one, paying families to say their kids were autistic when they weren't, just to pocket the money. Kennedy asks the same question every time. Should they be prosecuted, and does their ethnicity matter? The witness says yes to prosecution, no to ethnicity mattering, every single time. Kennedy's not asking because he's confused. He's asking because he knows someone out there wants to make this about race. It's not. Stealing is stealing. Now here's where it gets bigger. A witness tells Kennedy that at least 300,000 people paid DHS for legal status, and DHS just sat on their applications. Kennedy asks who's responsible. The answer, Joseph Edlow, head of USCIS, reporting to Secretary Noem. Kennedy asked for the memo on the spot. This is the pattern. Money goes in, nothing comes out. Whether it's Medicaid or immigration paperwork, somebody's taking the money and somebody's not doing the job. Should Joseph Edlow have to explain this to Congress directly? Yes or no? Drop it in the comments.